Akron Police, just come outside. How you doing? Is Martha here?
No, she's probably at her boyfriend's house.
30 days ago, a 53-year-old David Callahan killed his girlfriend, Martha, and buried her body in his own backyard. David thinks he's gotten away with his horrific crime. Martha was mentally ill, had few friends, and no one was supposed to come looking for her. Martha's daughter, Kim, was the only person concerned about her mother's whereabouts.
If I come up missing or dead, it is no accident. And he has told her before, I'm gonna get your ass and nobody's ever gonna find you.
What's your concern?
That he killed her.
Kim thinks David had something to do with her mother's disappearance, but with no proof of a crime, officers don't believe her.
Would you have been surprised at all if she's laying dead in there? No. Or shoved in a tub?
Well, nothing surprises you.
Yeah, that's like a horror movie.
However, in the weeks that follow, Kim will do everything in her power to find Martha, force police to act, and lead them to one of the most gruesome discoveries of their lives.
Seems like a body part.
The world kept moving, but beneath the quiet grass of a modest backyard in Akron, a terrible truth was waiting to be uncovered. This is the story of Martha Robin Freytag, a woman whose life was marked by struggle and whose death would expose how easily someone can disappear when society stops paying attention. Robin Freytag lived a fragile life. She battled mental illness for years, an invisible fight that shaped how others saw her and how institutions responded when she needed help. She wasn't dangerous. She wasn't violent. She was vulnerable. Robin trusted easily. She wanted companionship. She wanted someone to protect her. Instead, she found David Callahan. David Callahan was 53 years old. He appeared ordinary, the kind of man neighbors barely noticed. But behind closed doors, his relationship with Robin was unstable. Arguments escalated quickly. Control turned to intimidation. Love twisted into something dangerous. Police records would later show a history of domestic disputes, warning signs that, at the time, failed to prevent tragedy. Robin stayed. Like many victims of domestic abuse, she believed things might improve. They didn't. In late July 2018, Robin was seen alive for the final time. There was no dramatic confrontation witnessed, no cries for help overheard, no moment anyone could point to and say, "That's when it happened." Then she vanished. Her phone went silent. Her social circle, already small, noticed nothing. David Callahan told people she'd left town, that she needed space, that she was gone by choice, and for weeks, no one challenged him. There was one person who knew something was terribly wrong. Robin's daughter, Kim, had lived with uncertainty most of her life, but this felt different. Robin always resurfaced. She always checked in. She always answered eventually. This time, there was nothing. Kim contacted police, desperate for answers. But without signs of a crime, officers could only classify Robin as missing, possibly voluntary. Weeks later, something changed. Family members, desperate and unwilling to wait any longer, went to the property.
Neither is a cousin of ours that she calls all the time, her brother that she calls all the time. Nobody's heard from her.
She lives here?
Yeah.
Have you been in?
No. I came earlier, knocked and banged on the door, and she was having a lot of problems with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
At some point, there was some kind of protection order, and I don't know, against him. She is paranoid schizophrenic, so I went around to different hospitals. I went everywhere to see if she was like in a psychiatric unit.
Yeah.
I can't. Everybody says no, she's not here. But I know that there's been a lot going on between her and her boyfriend, and
Okay.
he has made death threats to her. So
That's okay.
he has made threats to her that he was going to make sure nobody ever found her.
Yeah. You don't have a key to her place? What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, earlier the air conditioner was on, but now it's not.
Akron Police!
Unbeknownst to the officer, the sound wasn't just his imagination. It was David hiding in silence and waiting for the police to leave. But this is when the officers would make their first critical mistake. Despite the very real possibility that Martha was in active danger, they would give Kim the worst piece of advice.
And what happens with like a missing persons report or whatever?
But she is a grown woman. However, she has these, the paranoid schizophrenia issues. If for whatever reason she has gone into this state where she doesn't want anybody to contact her, even family, the hospital is legally not allowed to tell anybody anything, even her kin. I just don't think we're quite at the heightened alert level that we need to force entry or do anything like that yet.
Well, the way that she calls us constantly kind of gives me a sense of foul play.
She calls, I mean, she's always, every day calls her brother.
Always.
When did it stop?
Well, her brother said she stopped about a month ago. My cousin said 2 weeks, but I don't know if
I'm thinking
about a month for everybody.
Because she still called my phone every day leaving voicemails.
Yeah.
Akron Police, just come outside. How you doing? Is Martha here?
She's probably at her boyfriend's house.
What's your name, bud?
David.
David. David Callahan? All right, come on down here for me. Why do you think she's at her boyfriend's house?
That's where she stays most of the time.
Where's that at?
I don't know. I don't even know who it is, really.
Are you the only one here?
I mean, she's here maybe a couple times a week anymore. I mean, we've actually been split up for a year. I mean, she's schizophrenic. She's been on and off her medication. I don't know how many times. I guess her daughter's fighting again.
604 to computer. Well, that's part of the reason we're out here, because no one in her family's talked to her since July.
How? I know she's texted her.
When's the last time you talked to her?
I don't know, probably 5-6 days ago, maybe.
Where was that at?
It was here.
And Martha's not in the house right now.
Well, I mean, it took that a month.
Obviously, we're concerned about Martha, like you said, if she's off her meds and everything.
Right.
We'd like to find her. Right now, she's missing person, so we'd like to...
I didn't know it was all that.
You didn't know it was all that?
Well, missing person, because her and the family, they've fallen out numerous times. The family has just gone as far as changing their phone numbers and not giving them to her. They've treated her horribly over the years.
Yeah.
And her not talking to them right now doesn't surprise me.
In the backyard, they noticed something strange. Disturbed soil, a fire pit that didn't make sense. Police were finally called. What they uncovered would shock even seasoned investigators. Human remains, buried shallowly, hidden poorly, ignored for weeks. The body was identified as Martha Robin Freitag. The autopsy revealed devastating details. Robin had been beaten to death. The injuries told a story of rage, of violence, of a final confrontation she did not survive. David Callahan was arrested. Faced with overwhelming evidence, he confessed.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a heartless bastard? A heartless, cold bastard? No. People who would look at this event and say that you, Dave, are a heartless, no-good bastard who put the love of your life in the ground. And that has to be an evil, bad person who has to go away for every last day of their life. Every last day. So, Dave, are you that person? Or are you the person that has struggled with someone who's, as you said, for 16 years you love her, but she's schizophrenic, and she goes here and she goes there? Because there's no reasonable person, Dave, in the world that wouldn't believe that you harmed Robin. We all know that, three of us sitting in this room. You should just get it off your chest, man.
I've told you everything I know.
No, you haven't told us.
Was it the heat of the moment?
Yeah.
Did you plan it out?
Tomorrow is her fucking birthday.
Tomorrow was her birthday. For them to sit there and reflect the agony they've been going through for the last month.
Heartlessly killed the woman you love more than anything in the world. It's mind-boggling to think about it.
Something that you said you were going to do.
Yeah, and if you said you were going to kill anybody, you'd bury him in the fire pit. I mean, it seems kind of convenient.
You never told anybody that?
Dave, we're not fucking stupid, dude. You think we're going to make that up? I'm not making anything up. You think I made this up? We know everything. We know the answers to the questions we ask, man. I'm trying to get you to say that you're not an evil, no good bastard, and that there were some extenuating circumstances. That you killed the woman you love, pretended that she was alive for over a month. If you look at it, you're like, that has to be a heartless, cold bastard that wrapped this woman up like that and put her in this fire pit. So, you want to see a picture, Dave?
No, I don't need to see.
You know what you did.
All right, go ahead, Dave.
You want me to go ahead? I need a cigarette.
Tell us what you're going to tell us, so you can have a cigarette.
I'll give you a cigarette.
You tell us what's going on, Dave, so we know you're not a heartless bastard, and I promise you can smoke all you want, all right?
Not all you want. Not all you want.
Well,
The reasonable expectations.
get it off your chest, Dave. You feel better.
I mean, you guys feel a little bit better already, just knowing that you're going to make that decision.
I didn't mean to do it. I didn't.
It's not a very respectful way for a person to end
I
up.
know it's not. I got fucking scared, man. I just snapped, man. Just fucking snapped. I didn't mean to do this or I just, man. I loved Robin.
You just got scared, that's why you put her in the fire pit?
I dug it out. Half an axe handle or something beside the bed. She had it there for a long time.
After you struck her,
I choked her.
what happened after Robin was dead?
I took her out back and I dug it out. Guys, I'm fucking sorry, Rob.
How long did
She's
this,
just so relentless, fucking.
how long did this
Didn't
take?
leave me alone, man. She knew I had nowhere to go. She just kept on me. I give her every dollar I had for whatever she wanted. I never had nothing in my pocket, man. Nothing. It's never good enough. I didn't plan on this to happen. I did. I
Spur of
tried
the
to work it
moment.
out so bad with her. I really did, man.
Spur of the moment.
The sentence was severe. Life in prison with a possibility of parole after 18 years. David Callahan would never again hurt anyone else. Robin Friedig's story forces us to confront uncomfortable truths. How many disappearances are ignored because the victim is poor, mentally ill, isolated? How many predators rely on those assumptions? Robin mattered. Her life mattered. Her death mattered. And because one daughter refused to stop asking questions, the truth could not stay buried forever. David Callahan believed no one would look. He was wrong, because sometimes justice doesn't come from institutions first. Sometimes it comes from love. Martha Robin Freitag's life mattered, and the truth could not stay buried. Because someone refused to give up, justice was finally served. True Crime 48 Hours.